Hello again. Hopefully you can hear me all right. I haven't got the microphone on again, but it seemed to be okay the other day. So I thought it would be fun to kind of do a bit of a roast of this jumper, which is my original attempt at the Intercity 125 jumper. So first thing that probably stands out is there's quite a few different yarns here. Also, I ran out of this colour, so I just decided to carry on with this colour. This is Drops Extra Fine Merino, which after making this jumper I hate. It looks so weird and plasticky, even though it's a superwash yarn, but it's so distinctive, and I don't know if it's just making this jumper or something about the yarn itself, but I can't stand it. I bought a lot of it because I was going to make a faded cardigan, you know, when that was a thing. These are not the right colours for a fade. Didn't work, undid it, and then I just seemed to never be able to find a good use for all of this yarn, so I put it in here. Oh, you can see actually, look, I did have a bit of an idea about how to make that consistent. There was someone on Reddit the other day who did a jumper and just stuck literally this amount of black yarn on a cream coloured jumper because she'd run out. So you can see actually that I made this about 2 years ago. So 2 years ago me did in fact decide to kind of make the fact I've run out a bit of a design feature. And you think, oh, that's okay. I've done the green here, and this is Drops Tweed. I decided I didn't have any grey, so this is brown. This is the... Look at this. That's a bit rubbish. You can see also there's snags here. So there's some snags, some poles. That's who's responsible for that. Also, I did not do the neckline correctly. I just did it on a circular needle, which you don't do these like that, as I discovered. Please admire how awfully I sewed it together, because at this point I just hated every second. It just felt so big and so horrible. So yeah, I've stitched it together very badly. Let's have a good look at the back. Yeah, something's going on here. So that's again the carriage. Again, acts of cat, because she's an old girl. She likes to stick her claws in things. Oh look! And I also ran out of yarn here. I had to undo the cast on to add some more in. My incredibly professional stitching is coming apart, so that's not very good. And let's look at the inside. You see, the inside is at least somewhat acceptable. In fact, I might even prefer this to the front, because this actually doesn't look too bad with the pearl side of the drops. Hey! Yeah, this looks like I actually knew what I was doing here, which is funny. And also the biggest flaw with this entire jumper, apart from the many different types of yarn I used to make it, the holes that have appeared because of the cat, is it actually doesn't fit the person it was made for. My husband, he has actually quite rounded shoulders, so he needs the back. It probably could do with short rows actually to build up the shoulders here and here, because he found actually that this ended sort of just below his waist. So the front droops, droops, and the back is too short, because sizing is a thing, and people come in different shapes, and he has rounded shoulders, and we've finally accepted that that's the thing, and that if he has stuff made for him, you need to factor that in because all bodies are different. Also, one of his shoulders is higher than the other, but this is a drop shoulder jumper, so I'm not going to tailor it to him specifically. The good thing about this jumper, bless it, is I got COVID a couple of years ago, just after I finished it. I put it on over all my other clothes because I was cold, I had COVID, I was miserable. I think I didn't take this jumper off for about 3 days until I felt better. And this was the top layer on a sort of human onion of clothing because I was so cold for all that time. So it has performed its service well, rather like the 125. It's still here. It's still got a use. I don't know if you know this, but this is a very iconic British Rail logo. In fact, we still use this in the UK today. And the 125 it was given this name because that's its top speed. That's its top operating speed. It can actually go faster than that. I think its fastest was about 140 miles an hour, but I'd have to check that. It holds the railway speed record for a diesel locomotive, which, given it was created in a rush in the late 1970s, is really impressive. We don't make stuff like this in the UK anymore, unfortunately. When you see these, you should tip your hat to them because they are quite iconic. And they deserve, certainly, I would say they deserve to be immortalised on a better jumper than this. So that's all I have on this awful jumper. And I will be back with an update on the new version of this very soon.